Hi everyone. Last year, a friend of mine here on YouTube asked me to make a video about my favorite movie directors. Who did I like best, what did I like about their work, etc. So I did that. I made a video. I mentioned 16 directors, one of whom was Tony Scott. So you can imagine my horror upon waking Monday morning to get ready for work. I checked my email and saw a news report on Tony Scott having jumped off of a bridge in California and died. I think my feelings on this can best be summed up by Ron Howard's tweet when he basically just decried the lack of any future Tony Scott films. You'll miss the possibility of seeing more from him. Hopefully, you know, the possibility of something better than anything that he's done before. I haven't made any secret about the fact that many of his recent films I haven't liked that much, particularly the way that his style has distracted from pretty much anything else in the film. Movies like Man on Fire and Unstoppable and Pelham 123 have been distractingly busy, and I prefer his 90s stuff. Particularly the way that he will use long lenses and dramatically colored lighting and diffusion smoke to create a distinctive look about a lot of his scenes and shots. When I saw the trailer for True Romance, I thought, geez, if no one had told me that Tony Scott was making that movie, I would have known that it was him instantly, because his style is so distinctive. I'm a big fan of Crimson Tide and Deja Vu and True Romance, Last Boy Scout and True Romance. Those were films that came out in the early 90s. Deja Vu I like a lot as well. That's one of his later films. As far as him personally, didn't really know a lot about him. And I've read that he might have decided to die because he had a brain tumor, and then I learned that no, that wasn't actually the case. So why is at this point a question. Don't know exactly. They may make public the contents of the messages that he left for people before he left us. And there will probably at some point be an official explanation as to why he chose to do this. And that explanation will probably be accepted by most people. But we really can't know for sure exactly what he was thinking and feeling. And so, rather than speculate on that too much, I'd like to simply talk about some of the people whom he's worked with over the years. This is a partial list of actors who have appeared in his 16 films. Erica Alexander, Mark Anthony, Victor Argo, Patricia Arquette, John Ashton, Ellen Barkin, Paul Bates, Michael Beach, Paul Ben Victor, Halle Berry, Jacqueline Bisset, Jack Black, Billy Blanks, Lisa Bonet, David Bowie, Lilo Brocado, Larry Brigman, Jake Busey, Gabriel Byrne, Scott Kahn, Rocky Carroll, Jim Caviezel, Michael Paul Chan, Kevin Corrigan, Kevin Costner, Kim Coates, Dabney Coleman, Ronnie Cox, Matt Craven, Tom Cruise, Rosario Dawson, Robert De Niro, Lauren Dean, Benicio del Toro, Catherine Deneuve, Stephen Delane, Baha Jola, Rick Ducommun, Kevin Dunn, Robert Duvall, George Zunza, Anthony Edwards, Bodie Elfman, Carrie Elways, Dakota Fanning, Elle Fanning, Clarence Felder, Conchata Ferrell, Miguel Ferrer, Chelsea Field, MC Gainey, James Gandolfini, Giancarlo Giannini, Adam Goldberg, Macy Gray, Brian Austin Green, Seth Green, Bruce Greenwood, Eddie Griffin, Louise Guzman, Gene Hackman, Philip Baker Hall, Daniel Harris, Ian Hart, Hugh Hefner, Eldon Henson, Grant Heslov, Dennis Hopper, Michael Ironside, Samuel L. Jackson, Marianne Jean-Baptiste, Stanley Kamel, Jake Keller, Jamie Kennedy, Nicole Kidman, Val Kilmer, Regina King, Sally Kirkland, Keira Knightley, Ed Lauder, Jason Lee, James LeGros, John Leguizamo, Delroy Lindo, Lucy Liu, Tony Longo, John Carroll Lynch, Margot Martindale, Lawrence Mason, Catherine McCormick, Bruce McGill, Kelly McGillis, T.J. Miller, Radha Mitchell, Monique, Viggo Mortensen, Eddie Murphy, Taylor Negron, Bridget Nielsen, Danny Nucci, Gary Oldman, Paula Patton, Chris Penn, Barry Pepper, Ryan Phillippe, Bronson Pinchot, Chris Pine, Brad Pitt, Jurgen Prochnow, Randy Quaid, Anthony Quinn, Edgar Ramirez, Charlotte Rampling, Michael Rappaport, Robert Redford, John C. Reilly, Judge Reinhold, Paul Reiser, Michael Rispoli, Jason Robards, Tim Robbins, Michael Rooker, Chelsea Ross, Rick Rossovich, Mickey Rourke, Saul Rubinek, Meg Ryan, Joe Santos, Susan Sarandon, Leilani Sorrell, Jesse Schramm, Rick Schroeder, Nick Searcy, Tom Sizemore, Tom Skerritt, Christian Slater, Will Smith, Wesley Snipes, Gregory Sporleader, Jerry Springer, Trevor St. John, Dean Stockwell, Madeline Stowe, Ethan Suppley, Mina Savari, Lou Temple, Anna Thompson, Fred Dalton Thompson, Rachel Tickerton, James Tolkien, John Travolta, John Turturro, Duke Valenti, John Voight, Tom Waits, Christopher Walken, Denzel Washington, Damon Wayans, Noble Willingham, Bruce Willis, Stuart Wilson, Steve Zahn, and Ian Ziering. That's only a partial list of the actors who have worked on his 16 films. Those are just the most notable leading actors and character actors in supporting roles. That's not to mention all the producers and cinematographers, production designers and editors and other people who've worked with on his films, all the various crew members that have worked hard on his films. Jerry Bruckheimer's made 5 films, produced 5 films for him. These people knew him, had a relationship with him, and will probably miss him a lot more than any of us that just saw his films. But not to say that we won't be at a loss, those of us who are just moviegoers, about the fact that we won't see any more Tony Scott movies, and who knows what kind of stuff he would have come up with had he lived longer. I wanted to mention that the collab channel I'm on, the Movie Reviewers 100, was planning on doing a Tony Scott theme week about 3 weeks from now, but we've moved that up. It's going to start tomorrow instead. The link to the channel is below. If you haven't subscribed, please do, because each of us is going to talk about our favorite Tony Scott movies, I think. I am really looking forward to that. But I just wanted to express his reach. It seems like the list of actors that weren't in his movies would be shorter than the ones that were, because there's a lot there, a lot of people. And some of them worked with him multiple times. Obviously, Denzel Washington was in 5 of his movies. But Tom Cruise was in 2, Christopher Walken was in 3, James Gandolfini was in 3, Jack Black was in 2 of them. John Leguizamo, his first movie that John Leguizamo was in was Revenge. He was in another one after that. Val Kilmer, of course, was in 3. He played the ghost of Elvis Presley in True Romance. And of course Dennis Hopper and Chris Penn aren't with us anymore either, but the rest of the guys, I'm sure they'll be missing him big time. So for right now, that's all I have to say on the matter. Thanks for watching, and see you again real soon. Bye.